Alright guys, welcome back to the Frugal Homestead. So today's video is going to be beginning to end running another load through the kiln here. Now this load is thin stuff, small stuff. This is our medium to small for our bundles. Mix this in to help people get their fire started, etc. Now I did make some modifications. Let me show you what I did to the kiln. Alright, so I have moved both the lights down there and you'll notice they're both kind of pointing away from the fan. Well, if you look close, the fan has melted that PVC collar, so we need to not have the lights directly on them. And we don't want them directly up either because they melt stuff. So what we do is we got airflow from down there on the right hand side, exit here. So for this little run, we're going to try and do it 5 days, which is actually only 4.5 days because you got the cool down acclimation phase. So we're going to run two 75-watt bulbs. They do have ceramic holders in there, so pointing against each other shouldn't hurt anything, and then the fan should draw the heat off, allowing the heat to rise through the entire pile with the fan blowing a little bit of air, and then hopefully exiting all the steam, moisture, etc. out that hole. So we're going to get it filled up. We are going to be using this kind of wood stuff that's kind of smaller. That's maple. And pretty much most of that looks like it might be maple and maybe just a little bit of beech in there, possibly a little hickory. But we're going to take all this, load it up in there. The kiln holds a little over 4 cubic feet, and obviously on the next run you're going to see we're going to have it rebuilt up. But if nothing else, if you want to know the results, feel free to jump to the end, and I'm going to basically give you moisture readings of all this stuff after 4.5 days / 5 days with acclimation. Now obviously we need a baseline. To get the baseline, we're going to need to get an idea. Now I'm not marking these ones like I normally do because they're all coming from the same batch, but from the side it says 20. In the end, I mean. Coming from the side, we're getting 30s. So you know that inside it's like 45. This is maple. It's just got a good suntan. Let me grab another piece so I can show you. So, the end says 17. The side, 35. So, inside these, I'm sure, are probably about 45, but we will split them open when they're done and check some of them, but at least now we have a baseline of what's going on. Let's get the kiln loaded. Alright guys, we're all filled up. I just turned these last couple top one sideways, that way the probe wouldn't be touched. So also on this one I'm going to try and use this kilowatt meter. If we don't lose power, which happens a lot during storm season here, this will give us a reading of how much power we used. I will check it at the 24-hour mark just to give us a baseline in case the power does go out. But my plan is to turn this on for the first 12 hours with just one bulb in the fan, see what temperature it gets up to, and then add the second bulb. Because I'm really not trying to exceed 200 degrees. I think that 150 to 200 degrees is the perfect range for this one. So I'm going to get it started, and when I come back, you'll get to see the end results of this. Alright guys, so it's results time. Now, last time you saw me spread these flat, it instantly did not heat up correctly. So I had to turn them all upward to allow air to flow and heat to flow through. But after that, it heated up quite well. I will say that the bottom only showed 180 degrees and the top only got to 160. But that said, we really only let these go for 4.5 days. Alright, it ended up being 5 with the cool down, but it's still 4.5 days. And, I mean, it sounds pretty dry, but these were smaller pieces anyways. Now, we talked about the electric. It took 22 kilowatt hours to run this, which comes out to about $2.50. Now, considering this is just shy of 5 square foot of firewood, or I guess if you're doing 1 cubic foot bundles, this is just shy of 5 bundles. So that's kind of expensive. But the scale of things, I mean, you're taking green wood, or pretty much green wood, and turning it. Now, if this was better insulated, you would use less, or you could have it turn on and off. There's many ways to make this more energy efficient. But we will be completely rebuilding this to do something completely different that use a lot less electricity very soon. But for now, everybody wants to know what we get to on moisture here, because that is not a lot of time to take green wood and turn it. So what I'm thinking we can do here is, we did the measurements before, and we know that the inside was probably close to, oh, I'd guess 40 or 50 easily. So let's pick some big pieces here. That's a pretty big one. That's a pretty big one. That one. Yeah, probably those. So right off the bat, just so we can see and have some fun with it, let's go ahead and stick the probe in some. Nothing. So let's try another one. Let's go on the side of this big boy. Now they're still warm to the touch. Come on. Yeah, I can't get a reading. That's not surprising though. So let's get them over to the kindling cracker, crack them open, and let's see what the interior measurement is. Alright, so first piece. Alright. Yeah, it's still warm to the touch on the inside. So I am just by a knot, and I got 27 on that one. Like I said, 26, it's dropping, but I can feel it's still warm. The end has nothing. The outside has nothing. We're going to switch it around and try and go down by the straight grain. 10 on the inside at that end. So where this knot is, it's showing higher. Let's try the other half. So the midpoint down by the knot right there, we're getting 21. Let's go away from the knot and see what happens. Yeah, same result. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's go something a little bit bigger. Alright. Yeah, you can still feel the warmth in there. Now that one, I'm getting nothing. Literally nothing. Let's try the other end. Still nothing. Just in case it went off there. So let's try the other half. Maybe we'll have more luck. We'll go right by the knot just to see. Yep. 24 right by this big knot. Let's go the other end. 11. My phone's blowing up because people want firewood. The end, 0. So let's try the last piece I brought over here. That one felt a little more rigid. 15 on the inside. 14. Dropping as the pieces cool. 0. So as you can see, they're all super dry, plenty dry enough. That one has that knot, but by the time it transitions back into the rest of the wood, it'll be well below. Yeah, I can't even get good numbers. I got that thing jammed in there really deep and I'm just getting 0. So as you can see, we're already loading up firewood because the season's begun and we're burning time here. I need to be able to get more wood. I have plenty of wood even now, but it's not dry. That's the problem. Look for yourselves. We just did this the last couple of days. You got a row back there mixed hardwood. This is all cherry. This right here is a hickory and oak mix. I mean, we have the wood, it's just got to get dry. We have other cherry stacked up down there, and then beyond that is all our dry wood that we're selling now. So getting this stuff through the kiln is going to be the key to continuing to sell all winter long. But these kilns are not going fast enough, they're not heating up enough, so we got some new tricks coming. It's probably going to be like a month because I got a bunch of other content built up that I need to share with you guys before you guys will see another kiln video. But stay tuned, make sure you subscribe because I promise you there's some big things coming. And we're gonna be really upping our game on this. We're gonna be doing more volume, higher temperatures, and you're gonna get to see how 1/3 of a cord goes in and comes out. That's kind of scale we're doing. Now, we have all this, but this is cookies. And this is just one pile of our cookies. But that's what we're burning right now. So really, we have plenty of wood and we could be content just to sell out what we have left and just call it a day. But honestly, I would love to put up some more capital. That way I can build and buy some better stuff to make firewood easier next year. We're still pretty early in the season. We have access to the wood. We've got plenty of trees, plenty of raw material. I just got to get it dry, and I won't sell it unless it's completely dry. So we're gonna have to get these kilns kicking. But if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, come on guys, go down, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Make sure you drop us a like, leave us a comment. What do you think of the kiln idea so far? Do you think we're gonna be able to scale this up? And do you think we're gonna be able to make it profitable? Because if you don't, it's not good to doubt me, because I will find a way. And we're working hard at it, and I think that you guys are gonna really enjoy the upcoming content on this, because being able to take green firewood right out of the woods and push through 1/3 of a cord in less than a week, that's the goal. And if you can do that, you will have dry wood to sell all winter long. And with that said, I've got to go get back to work. Got lots more videos to do, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stop raining. I have things to do.